Okay, T-brake done. Time to split the casings. So let's get all this undone. All the torque screws here, 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 all around here. Get them all out. Right, magnet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and remember where those ones go. Because these ones here are a different length to these ones there, as you can see. Yeah, we've got one left there to do. Got a little nut on the back there. What we got? That's it. Off. That's a 8mm. So that comes off and together. Right, so what we have is the 2 locator pins, which I talked about. Right, need to get these on some wood. So like I said, there's one pin just hit down here, so we need to knock that out. There you go. That one's came out there. Came out that hole there, if anyone can see. There. And then we've got another locator pin just there where my finger's pointing. Make sure you have that on there. That. So there's the other one. Bugger. So you need to use a punch to get those pins out. Alright, so now we've got those locator pins there. So now we've got the casing, so we've got all of the Torx 27 screws out, we've got the locator pins out. Now it should be a case of, I like to give it a little bit of heat just to make things move a little bit. Nothing expensive, just a butane gas, no MAP gas or anything like that. I find MAP gas a little bit too ferocious. I just like to give it all a little bit of a heat things up a little bit. Be careful because it is a fuel tank. Butane gas don't really like the cold weather too much, to be honest. Slightly go around it, not on the seals, just slightly go around it, just heating everything all up. As you can see, I've put the nut back on here, so when I hit it with the copper hammer, it won't mushroom over the crankshaft. There we go, as you can see, it's just splitting that nicely. Couple more taps. There you go, there's one part out. One side of the casing off. Here's the other side, we'll give that another little bit of a heat. Get that nut nice and flush. A little bit of heat always helps everything. There we go. The other one off. we have it. Crankshaft off. We'll give that a clean up before it all goes back in. Check everything out, bearings, shafts, everything, make sure it's all running right. And there we have one split shaft. One split casing, sorry. So what we'll do is, before we put it all back together and get new crank bearings, new crank seals, we'll clean all the gasket area off, we'll clean all inside the tank, we'll put a new fuel filter in there because that looks absolutely caked in crap, so we put a new one in there, clear all the rubbish out to there. To take the crank seals out, there is a, I can't think of the name of them now, circlip. Take the circlip out, get a socket and then punch it out. In actual fact, let's do that now. Put that there. I'm not going to bother taking the circlip out because I don't need to. You might want to if you can, but I know I can get a, where is it? There you go, that is a 18mm in there. Get that. There you go. One oil seal out. You see the circlips there? I'll do the same with the other one. 18mm socket, put it in the middle. There you go. And these are actually genuine Stihl oil seals, if you can see that in there. Actually say Stihl on there, if you can see. So they may be, well, the saw's probably a 20-year-old saw, so it's either they have been changed or they haven't. So they were loose. So anyway, I saw this age, the crank bearings were loose. Oh, and anyway, right, so we need to get these crank bearings off the crank again. My method of doing this: 2-jaw puller. Two-jaw puller on there. Hold it tight. Here you go. One bearing off. I'll show you how to put the new bearings on. Again. One jaw under there, one in there. Hold that together. Get the impact. There you go. Other bearing off. There we have one crank, one piston, 2 crank bearings. So we'll get new ones of these and replace it all, and when we do that we'll put it all back together and show you how it all goes back together and how I put crank bearings, crank seals all back together. Might be helpful for somebody else to do a Stihl ts350 Super or a Stihl 08 chainsaw, as they're both the same. So thank you.